Wednesday to all of you. How are you all? Are you all on your nice mats in your PE kit? I'm sorry I can't be in today. I've got to stay home and look after our crazy puppy. But I thought we'd do some yoga together on the video anyway. So I've got my Hoberman sphere. Some of you are asking me what this is called. I'll see if I can work out how to write it up here. Hoberman sphere. It's named after the person that invented it, Mr. Hoberman. I'm not sure what his first name was. You can get them online. This one was about £7, I think. So if you find that useful for helping keep you nice and calm, maybe you can get yourself one of those. Shall we use it now? Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay, so we are on to our final chakra, Sahasrara chakra. It's the crown chakra. So some say it's on the crown of our head, right at the top, and others say it's sort of above because the subtle body is in the body but also around the body. So it's about here or here, and it's associated with purple, light, probably a slightly lighter purple than this. And it's associated with awareness. That's what we call it in yoga. Awareness means paying attention, really. You could call it mindfulness, noticing what's happening in the present moment, what's happening in our thoughts, knowing ourselves, and it's associated with stillness and meditation. It's a very spiritual chakra. Things sort of get more concrete the further down we go. Like the very first chakra, that's the root chakra, that's all about earth. And then as we travel up, things get more subtle until we get to this crown chakra, which is all about meditation and stillness and awareness. So that's I do always have trouble saying it though. Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra. So we're going to do some yoga today that is associated with that. So when you're ready, let's bring our hands together and just take a breath to prepare. Breathe in. Now let your hands rest as you breathe out. Okay, shall we warm up? We're going to do cat-cow. So if any of my ladies from last week, your arms are still hurting, remember you can do cat-cow sitting down. And that goes for all of you, really. You can do it like we do it in M&Ms. But if you'd like to do it on all fours, tabletop position like me, come up and have your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. And remember, spread your fingers and press away from the earth. Draw your tummies up a little bit. And then here we go, dropping our tummies, lifting our bottoms in our chests, looking forward, breathing in. And then as we breathe out, lifting our tummies, dropping our heads and our bottoms, stretching like a cat. Let's do 3 more like that. So breathing into cow. Breathing out, stretching like a cat. Breathe into cow. Press away from the floor, look forward. And breathe out into cat. Press up. 1 more. Breathe in, look forward. And breathe out. We're going into down dog. So ladies with sore arms or anybody else, you can do child's pose like this. Or you can go up to a wall and do downward dog at the wall. Everybody else, take your hands forward a little bit more. Tuck your toes under. Big breath in. As you breathe out, press into the floor, lift your hips. And here we are in down dog. Maybe you want to press 1 foot away and then the other. Nice stretch through the legs. Pull your tummies in a little bit. Spread those fingers. Hips lifting to the sky. You can keep your knees bent. If it feels nice to straighten them, you can straighten them. Take 2 more breaths here. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more big breath in. And out. And then everybody, we're going to meet at the front of our mats in a forward bend. Take your time getting there. Here we are, feet pointing forwards, about as wide as our hips, floppy heads, nice bent knees, favourite paint on our fingers, and let's paint our mats. Swishing from side to side, can you feel your fingertips on the mat? Stirring up a bit of energy in your fingertips. Can you feel your feet on the mat? And then let's come to a stop. And press the floor away as we come all the way up to standing, rolling our shoulders back, taking a minute, taking a big breath in, and a big breath out, and then reaching our hands up to the sky, holding on to that beach ball or the sun, spread your fingers, breathe in and look up. Breathe out and look down to your feet. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look down to your feet. And then bring your hands together as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, one arm goes forward, one arm goes back. We bend our knees and we look towards our back hand. Nice bent knees, nice little twist. Coming back, breathing in, facing forward again. And then going the other way. Bend your knees, one arm forward, one arm back. Breathe in, reach up, and then bring your hands down behind you. Interlace your fingers, big breath in, and as you breathe out, reach your hands away from you. Open your chest, breathe in, and maybe lift your hands up and away a little bit. Breathe out, breathe in. Maybe bend your knees and come all the way over, bringing your hands overhead. Breathe out. Breathe in here. And then we're going to come all the way up again. Use your hands to bring you all the way up. Release your hands and give yourself a nice hug. Lovely hug. This is a bit like eagle hands from last week. This is what you can do instead if you don't fancy doing eagle arms. Let's switch the arm that's on top. So remember which one's on top. Breathe in, spread your arms wide. Breathe out, give the other side a hug. Breathe in. And out, release your arms. Very good. Let's bring our feet together, really together. Hands together, close your eyes, take a big breath in. Then a big breath out. Okay, you can open your eyes. Our first pose for today is called Natarajasana. It means Lord of the Dance pose. You'll see it called Dancer's pose quite a lot. It's a bit of a balance. It's a little bit like Warrior 3 from last week. So you might need to use your drishti, finding somewhere to focus. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it a little bit better. So we start in our lovely mountain pose, heart lifted. And we bring our hands to our waist. We find our drishti. When we find our balance, we're going to start with our right leg. We kick our right leg up behind us and take hold of it with our hands. Now, we might need to find our balance again here. Draw your knee in towards the other knee. Find your balance. And then we start to push this foot into this hand. And you see how I'm pushing it into my hand. And then our body starts to tip. And we bring our other arm out in front, and here's our dancer. So we're reaching with our front arm, we're pressing our back foot into our back hand, we're pulling our tummies in, and we're breathing. One more breath. And then unravel that pose, release your hand, bring your hands back to prayer. How was that? Should we do it on the other side? It's a tricky one. Find your drishti in front of you. Take a breath. Breathe out. Bring your hands to your waist. And then get ready. We're going to lift the left leg up this time. So kick your left leg up behind you. Take hold of your ankle or your foot. And then draw that knee back in towards the other knee. Pull in that tummy, lift up your heart. And then when you have your balance, you can start to press that foot into your hand and let your body start to tilt forward. And then bring your other arm out in front. Reach that arm away. Beautiful dancers. Keep breathing. Breathe out. One more breath here. And then coming back. Release your foot. Bring your hands into your heart. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Dancer pose. It's a good one, that one, isn't it? Okay, let's come back to the front of our mat. We're going to drop our chins and we're going to start to bend our knees and we're going to come all the way down. Hands come to the mat, knees come to the floor. Cross your feet and then push yourself back onto your bottoms. And then I want you to come back forward. So make sure you're at the front of your mat. So your feet are at the front of your mat and your bottoms are probably about the middle of your mat. And we're going to do boat pose because you're also excellent at it, okay? So hands under your knees. You can hold on like this if you like. Pull your tummies in. Lift your heart. Tip back onto the back of your pelvis and maybe lift your shins. Pull those tummies in. Lift those hearts. Relax your shoulders, keep breathing. And then maybe you want to take your arms out to the side. Maybe not, you don't have to. Keep breathing, keep lifting up. Maybe you could take a little trip down the river. Keep breathing. And then now, because I know you all like rocking and rolling, please be careful here though. Make sure you've got room behind you. Tuck your chin, hands under your knees, and let's go all the way back. Whoop. So many of you last week were like, where's the rocking and rolling? So I thought I'd better get it in today. Let's do a couple more. Maybe shaking our arms and our legs for a moment. And then coming back up again, lifting your head, swinging, swinging. We're just going to come back up into a seated position. And then take your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your bottoms, feet in front, big breath in. And as you breathe out, press into your hands, press into your feet, lift your bottoms up. So like an upside down table, look down towards your knees, press away from the floor, big breath in. And then come all the way down again. We're going to do that again. You can do exactly the same thing again, or if you want to make it harder for yourself, you can straighten your legs out. Here we go, big breath in. As you breathe out, press into your hands, lift your hips to the sky, look down your legs, breathe in, and then lower your bottom all the way down as you breathe out. Excellent, cross your feet again, and we're coming back over onto hands and knees. Is everybody there? We're going to put our elbows where our hands are. Elbows down, arms out in front, spread your fingers, and then we're going to shuffle our knees back a little bit. Keep our bottoms in the air, straighten our arms, and then melt our heart to the earth. This is called heart to earth pose. Melt your heart to the earth, keep your bums in the air, and take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Another big breath in. And a big breath out. One more. Breathe in. And out. And then see how gently you can bring your hands back where your elbows were and press yourself back up onto all fours. You still with me? I'm sorry I can't be with you today. I know it's a bit tougher on the video. So we're back onto all fours, and then we're coming back down onto our elbows again. And this time we're going to join our hands together. So our hands are together and we're going to press down through our forearms and our elbows. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to lift our hips. Now ladies with sore hands and sore arms, you might have to skip this one and just take a nice child's pose. Be a bit more relaxing. But for the rest of us, we're going to try dolphin. So tuck your toes under, press down through your elbows. It's a bit like downward dog. Big breath in. And then as you breathe out, lift your hips up. It's tougher than downward dog. Let your hips be heavy. Lift your hips to the sky. Now, if this is tough, stay here or come out of it. If this is fine, you want a bit more of a challenge, as you breathe in, you're going to shift your weight forward so your chin comes over your hands. And then as you breathe out, you lift up and come back. 2 more perhaps. Breathe in, shift your weight over your hands. Breathe out and come back. 1 more. Breathe in, coming over your hands with your chin. Breathing out, hips high. And then everybody lower your knees to the floor. Bring your knees together and your feet together. Release your hands. Sit your bottom back on your hips. Bring your hands back behind you. Flip your palms up. And rest your head on the floor in child's pose. Big breath in. Breathe out. Try to let your body soften with each breath. Let it get quieter. Couple more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. And then bring your hands forward underneath your shoulders. Press into your hands and come and roll the way back up. I thought, since Sahasrara chakra is connected with meditation so much, we'd finish, well, before we do our relaxation, we'll have a little meditation. So come and sit however you're comfortable. Now we do meditation all the time, don't we, in our MMMs? And a lot of times those are visuals. But today we're just going to do a very simple meditation with breathing and counting our breath. So it's something you can do anytime and anywhere. So sitting comfortably, and I really recommend closing your eyes. It's really tricky to meditate with your eyes open. It can be done, but it's a bit of an advanced thing. So if you can, close your eyes. And then just breathe normally. And then start to notice your breath. Notice when you're breathing in. And notice when you're breathing out. And then when you've got the hang of that, we're just going to count the breath. We'll count the in-breath on 1. And our out-breath on 2. Breathing in on 3, breathing out on 4. And we keep going like that until we get to 10. And then we start again. And what might happen is your mind might start to wander off and start thinking about other things. And that's fine. When you notice that's happened, you just come back again and start counting again. You might find you keep counting past 10. And that's fine too. But when you notice, just start again. And it's the noticing that's really, really good. So it's great if you can keep your mind counting up to 10 and nice and calm. But also when you notice your mind wanders, that's what we call awareness in yoga. So I'm going to go quiet for a little while and just let you count in your head. And if it's not working for you, just try to stay quiet to let everybody else have a go. Here we go. very slowly, just let your breath go. Let the counting go. And start to slowly come to lie down. You can keep your eyes closed. See how quietly you can come and lie down on your mats. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms out. And again, closing your eyes is really the way to go. Do your best. Get comfy and stay nice and quiet. So I'm going to read a story again today. Well, it's not really a story, it's a book. It's the same author as last week. This one's called I Am Peace. So if you really don't like closing your eyes and being still, then you can look at the pictures. There are times when I worry about what might happen next and what happened before. The thoughts in my head are like rushing water. I feel like a boat with no anchor, being carried away. I give myself a moment, I take a breath, and then I tell myself it's all right. I feel the ground beneath my feet and steady myself. And start to notice the here and the now. My thoughts begin to settle. My mind begins to clear. I am peace. I can watch my worries gently pop and disappear. I let things go. I can say what I feel inside out loud. I know myself. I can share kindness with others and make a difference. I can hug a tree and thank it for its beauty and strength. I connect to nature. I can watch the clouds make shapes against the sky. I know wonder. I can taste and smell and touch and hear and see what is all around me. I use my senses. I can feel my breath fill my whole body. I tune in to me. Now the water is still. I have found my anchor and everything is all right. I don't need to worry about before or after. I am in this moment. I am peace. Now I share my peace with others and hope that it is carried away to those who need it. And I dream. We are peace. Just take a few more moments lying nice and still, nice and quiet. And then take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, start to curl up on your side in a little ball. Take another big breath there. And a breath out. And then slowly start to come up and find a comfortable way to sit. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. And we'll all bring our hands together in front of our hearts and take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Another big breath in. And a big breath out. Big breath in. And then bow your head as you breathe out. The goodness in me sees the goodness in you. Namaste.